PSPN, I'm Leighton Lamberson.
I'm Tristan Hopkins.
We're here with you for the girls post-game and boys pre-game. Tristan, how do you think the girls played the second half?
They came out with just the same amount of spunk as they did the first half, and really just tore it up out there with ending the game with 75 points. And it was a little boring to watch, but it's going to be that way because our girls are so good. But we still support them,
It is. The girls came out and played great defense like they did in the first half, and I think Bovina only had like 15 or 18 points. I can't remember what the Bovina girls' score was, but they did not have very many because our girls came out and played defense like they should every game. The JV girls came out second half and played very well too. They didn't budge a little bit for being a varsity game. It was great. How do you think our boys are going to hold up against Bovina's boys?
It was only about a 20-point game last time, so I think it'll be a little bit interesting. But we got home court advantage this time, so I bet it'll be real fun to watch, and I bet they'll show out like they always do.
Yes, last week was at Bovina, and they didn't play too well with being away and a long drive. I don't think they handled that very well, but I think being home court advantage and all, they'll end up doing very well.
I want to ask you, how do you think the boys are handling the whole number 7 in the state position?
I think they're handling it real well. They're keeping that spot, maintaining it. I think they can go up in the ranks, But for right now, being number 7, they're doing great. They could do better, but they chase perfection every day.
I agree. I also want to ask you, how do you think they're going to handle the whole situation as district ends and people start putting together the playoff brackets?
As district comes to an end, the boys take it serious because they know as you go into the playoffs, you only got one shot or you're out and you don't get to play again. And this team is based off seniors. There's a bunch of seniors on there, and I think they'll come out and in the playoffs and play like they did last year, except in the second round they'll get the win and move on to the regional tournament.
I agree.
I think this year they'll go really far. I think they can make it to Houston is where the state game is, isn't it? San Antonio. Sorry, I'm thinking of football. But I think they can make it there, but they're going to have to play at their best. Well, Tristan, thank you for the interview. PSPN signing up. It's PSPN. I'm Leighton Lamberson.
I'm Rob Roach.
Hey, Rob. I just wanted to ask you, how are the boys playing, do you think?
I think they came out. They've got sporadic moments where they come in. I don't know much about basketball. I know it's just basically about us putting our best 6 on the floor against their best 6, and we try to do what we can do.
Yes, sir. The boys came out real slow, like you said, and they didn't do a whole lot first quarter. And second quarter, they haven't played to their potential. They got to kick it up a notch in the second half. They can't take Bovina light like they have been.
No, anytime you come up against a tough team like Bovina, you're just going to have to be hitting on all cylinders at all times. You're going to have to. We're in district play. You just got to play consistently. You can't have sporadic episodes there where you just run up a few points and then you just go mediocre. You're just going to have to go balls to the wall no matter what you're doing.
Yes, you're going for that gold ball, and there's not really much else but a playoff spot that you got to seal in district. And I think our boys have one sealed, but they still need to play to get the gold ball. That way they get a better spot in the playoffs,
Yeah, that's right. The bracket, you've got to be looking what the bracket is down the line, but irregardless where you fall in on the bracket, I feel like if we just play good Panhandle Panther basketball, it doesn't matter where you fall, you're just a winner.
Our boys can play a lot better than they have these first 2 quarters. I think they will after Coach talks to them at halftime. And they come out, and, they'll come out a little more fire than they did and take Bovina a little more serious the second half, instead of having a 7-point lead. They'll end up winning this by a good one, I think.
Yeah, I really feel like they'll come out, they'll execute, they'll do what they need to do. We'll get the W regardless. We're going to come out of this game learning some new things. We're going to see some things we're doing well, see some things that we need to improve on. But outside that, what do you think about the Pantherettes and their performance?
The Pantherettes played really well. They played, like I said in the last video, they played great defense, holding Bovina to only 18 points, I think. 8 points in the first half, you know, it was great how they played defensively. Even the JV came out and played great defense for them and showed the coaches something that most JVs can't do against the varsity teams, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You just got to look at who we were playing. Sometimes those games when you're playing an opponent that doesn't match up well with you, or you've got one that's just drastically overskilled, you don't tend to learn a lot on either side. It's not good competition for Bovina, and it's not good competition for the Pantherettes. But we did play some players that don't normally get a lot of playing time. And that, when we get outside district play, the depth of your bench is paramount. I mean, it's just, you've got to have it. So that's where I do feel like we've done some good things. I'm proud of both groups of players, and I just can't wait until we kick it up a notch, get out of district, and take it one game at a time.
Like I said in the last video, the playoffs, you know, you only have one game or you're out, and I think the Panthers and Pantherettes will take that so serious that they'll make it to San Antonio and do very well there. You know, they'll come home with the gold, in my opinion, you know.
Oh, that's exactly right. I mean, you watch any of the presidential debate?
No, I didn't.
It was great. It was great. It was definitely a better show, and just good, strong candidates from both sides of this. It's just going to come down. It's going to be a race all the way to the end.
Yeah, I heard Ted Cruz won it over Trump this time, you know. They haven't been.
Well, on the Republican side, they sure did, and then we learned that half the Democrats are socialists, so that's it turns out to be an okay deal. But either way, we won't get on the tangent. We don't need to be talking about politics.
Yeah. What about these? I think they're fourth graders, fifth graders, one or two. I'm not real sure what they are. How do you think they're doing fundamental-wise, coming out here and performing in front of the crowd?
It's been great. I just like how Panhandle from kindergarten on up just raises the kids into being active in something. Doesn't matter what. And Miss Barker does a great job with them and all the people that help and all their teachers and coordinating these halftime shows. It's just something special that not very many schools get to do.
Yeah, Miss Cameron has done a very well job with these halftime shows, and you know, showed these kids. She's taught most of these kids what the fundamentals of basketball is. That way, when they get into junior high and start playing, you know, the coaches don't have to teach them that.
She is, and you've got a whole different relationship through golf with her, and that's you have a pretty intense golf off season.
Not really.
Okay, well.
I'm more in powerlifting right now, you know. We've been doing, our team as a powerlifting team, shout out to them, you know, because they've been doing very well. They got fourth by 1 point in the Highland Park meet. You know, that by 1 point, you know, we competed and we did all we could to win it, but, you know, the outcome didn't come like we wanted it to, and our girls did really well. I think they got fourth or third, but we had a couple people, you know, bomb out, but that's all right. We'll go to the next one and we'll win it.
That's right. That's good. I like the way that we've continued along with the powerlifting program. It's a fun sport once you get to understand what the rules are and how everything works out. And I really like powerlifting. You could almost dub powerlifting as the sport that prepares you to be better in every other sport.
Yes, powerlifting is very well because you get the extra 9 lifts in to help your body, but you also compete against. It shows you how to compete against yourself and other people. It shows you how to compete.
That's right. That's right. Well, I just think we need to come out this second half, open up. I appreciate your time here being with me at halftime, and it sure is a great project y'all are doing through this PSPN deal. Hats off to y'all. Heck yeah, go Panthers, beat Bovina.
Thank you, Rob. We will see you next week with the Fargo game, I think it is. PSPN signing.